Okay, so if you're a student and you ever feel that anxiety creeping in before a big presentation or an oral exam in English, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down some seriously powerful techniques to help you unlock your voice and speak with real confidence.
Let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You can read articles, you can read textbooks, no problem at all. But the second a native speaker starts talking at full speed, it's like they've just switched to a completely different language and you're lost. It's an incredibly common feeling and yeah, it's super frustrating.
This gets right to the heart of the issue. There's a great story from the linguist Syed Ijaz Bukhari about a teacher who meets a native English speaker. He asks his name and the man says, "My name is Peter." But the teacher, he doesn't get it. He just stares. So he asks him to spell it. The man writes down P-E-T-E-R, and the teacher's face lights up. He goes, "Ah, Peter!" See, he knew the word all along, but he didn't recognize the sound.
So if the problem isn't the word itself, then what is it? Well, the solution is a secret weapon that you actually already have. It's called phonology, which is basically just the study of how sounds work in a language.
You know, most of us, we immediately blame our vocabulary. We think, I just need to learn more words. But here's the thing, that's a total myth. You really only need a few hundred words to be conversationally fluent. The real problem isn't the words you know, it's being able to recognize and produce the sounds that make up those words.
This is the core idea from Bukhari, and it's so empowering. You already have the tools. You know these sounds, you just might not realize you know them yet. Our job here is to help you connect the dots between what's already in your head and what comes out of your mouth.
And here's how we're going to connect those dots, through something called phonological similarities. This is the amazing idea that so many of the sounds you use in your native language, whether it's Urdu or Hindi or something else, are the exact same sounds used in English. So your first language isn't a handicap, not at all. It's actually a bridge to speaking clearer English.
Okay, let's get practical. We're going to unlock 3 key sounds right now that will immediately transform how you speak and how well you're understood, especially when you're in a high-pressure spot like a presentation.
First one up is the letter P. Now, in many South Asian languages, we say P with a really flat, hard sound. But in English, when P is at the start of a word, it's usually aspirated, meaning it's got a little puff of air with it. It's not a P sound, it's more of a P sound.
Now you might think, oh, that sounds difficult or foreign, but it's not. You already do it. Think of the Urdu word Phupho. That first sound, that poof, that puff of air, that is the exact same sound you need for the English word people. So it's not people, it's people. Seriously, try it right now. Say Phupho, now say people. Feel that little puff of air? It's the exact same muscle memory. Let's practice this a little. It's not popular, it's fopular. Not pimple, but fimple. See? Fa produce, fa private. Just by adding that little puff of air you already know how to make, your pronunciation gets instantly clearer and way more natural.
All right, let's move to our next key sound. You'll see how this starts to build. We're talking about the letter T. And just like with P, the English T is often aspirated. It's not a flat T, but a breathy th sound.
And guess what? You already make this sound perfectly. Take the word Thokar. That initial aspirated th is exactly what you need for a word like total. So many of us say a flat total, but a native speaker says thodal. The sound is already in your linguistic toolkit, just waiting to be used.
Let's apply this. For tomato, it's not a flat t, it's tomato. And now check out potato. We can actually combine our first 2 rules right here. The P gets its puff of air, and so does the T. It's potato. These small shifts build on each other and make a massive difference in how clear you sound.
And for our third key shift, let's look at the letters C, K, and Q. When they make that k sound, it's often aspirated in English. It's not a hard k. It's a softer k sound, almost like a breath coming from the back of your throat.
Just think about a common surname like Khokhar. That initial k sound that you make without even thinking about it. It's the exact same one you need for Canada. It's not Canada with a hard K sound, it's kh-nada.
So let's put this into practice. A cat becomes a k act. Cucumber is k cucumber. A kite is a k-ite. And yep, even queen gets that aspirated sound. K-ween. You're not changing your accent, you're just using sounds you already know to be more precise. It's that simple.
Awesome. Now that we have those 3 core shifts down, let's look at a couple more rules that can dramatically cut down on confusion and really boost your confidence.
Okay, this next one is a total game changer, and it explains why native speech can be so tricky sometimes. It's the silent R rule. In many English dialects, like British English, if the letter R comes after a vowel, you don't really pronounce it. It just kind of softens and stretches out the vowel.
This is a huge aha moment for so many people. Listen to this. A teacher becomes teacher. Popular sounds more like popula. Creator is creata. And a tower becomes a toa. Once you get this one rule, so much of what you hear will suddenly click into place. And finally, let's clear up the W versus V mix-up. This one's super common. For the W sound, your lips need to be round, like you're about to say ooh. Think what, where, why. For the V sound, your upper teeth have to touch your lower lip. Think van, vest, very. They are physically different sounds, and making that small distinction is key to being understood correctly.
So, we have the techniques, we have the tools. But honestly, the biggest barrier isn't technical, it's mental. It's all about the fear of being judged or mocked. So let's just tackle that head on. This is so powerful. If you start practicing these sounds and someone makes fun of you for talking funny or something, don't back down. Bukhari's advice, see it as a sign that you're on the right path. Mockery often comes from a place of just not knowing. They don't know the rules of phonology, but you do. You know that you're working towards being more accurate and more clear.
Let's reframe how you think about practice. This isn't a chore, and it's not faking an accent. Instead, think of it as giving each sound its huck, its due right, and its proper respect. When you pronounce a word correctly, you're doing justice to that word, to the person you're talking to, and to communication itself. It's an act of respect.
So we'll end with this thought. Maybe the key to unlocking your spoken English isn't about cramming more vocabulary before your next exam. Maybe it's about retuning your ears, to start listening for the sounds within the words, sounds that, it turns out, you already know how to make. Because if you listen differently, you will absolutely speak differently.